Hello everyone, my name is Hazeeq. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're going to be talking about Raydium. I'm not a financial advisor. Make sure to do your own research before you invest money into crypto. So taking a look at Raydium, this is the #1 DEX on Solana. Solana at the moment is the #1 layer 1. 66% of all transactions occur on the Solana blockchain out of all of the combined transactions in the crypto space. And then Raydium is the #1 DEX on Solana. And the DEXs are beating the living crap out of the Ethereum DEXs. And they're smoking them in terms of volume and in terms of, actually, I think it's in terms of revenue that they're smoking them. But let's jump into the DeFi Llama page. Right now, there's $2.619 billion locked on Raydium. If you take a look at the market cap of Raydium, it's 1.91 billion. This means that the project is undervalued because there is more value locked in the project than the project is worth itself. That's saying something. Then if we take a look at the staked amount, that's approximately 14% of the market cap. That's $264.85 million. And these guys are doing $2.12 billion of volume in 24 hours. Again, that's more than their actual market cap, which is insane to think about. And this is during these bearish days when there's lots of blood on the streets. And they're doing much more when the markets are heated up. Like if you take a look at, let's see, so over here, like they were doing more than $10 billion at some point in, I think it was November or no. So this was middle of January or so. Like this thing spiked up past $10 billion, as you can see. So it's crazy. If you're looking for safe DeFi coins, I would definitely look into Solana DEXs, Solana DeFi projects, and Sui DEXs and DeFi protocols. So that's a bit of on-chain analysis for you. Let's jump into the price action chart and let's see what's going on here. So Raydium is looking very good, looking poised to break past its all-time high that's currently sitting at $16.72. We have an Elliott wave structure with the first wave starting here in January 2023. That was our first leg up into February 2023, a correction into October 2023, wave 3. That was more than twice that of wave 1 into March 2024, a correction into August 2024. And right now, since August, we've been in this massive uptrend. And so far, in terms of percentage, Raydium has done approximately 6,287% from the bear market bottom, which is a lot. It really is a lot. Now you can notice this massive green block in the middle of the chart. This is a support area that we had back in 2021. And then we briefly held it in 2022 in January. And then we lost it over here with a small fake out below. We broke back into it, but then we retested it as resistance. From there, we went down into the bear market bottom for the next year or so. After that, in March 2024, we came back up and we retested that area as resistance once again, just like we did over here and over here. Okay, so we kind of hovered in that block there, but still we were not able to break past the upper trend line of the block in January 2022. Okay, so we have 3 touches in total since January 2022 so far. And then the fourth one was over here in August 2024. And after that, in November, we broke past it. We even did a little back test of support in December, and we haven't come back down to it since. If there is a massive correction for Solana and for its ecosystem, I would assume Raydium is going to come back down into this green block, and that would be anywhere between $3.90 all the way down to $2.80. And before we continue with the video, I want to give a quick shout out to my Patreon. If you're interested in getting more exclusive content, you want to support me as a creator, and you like what you're seeing here on YouTube and you want more, feel free to check out the Patreon. That's definitely a place for you. There's a 7-day free trial, which means you can get access to all of my content since the inception of the page. So that means you get podcasts, low cap gems, technical analysis, project reviews, and a whole bunch of other stuff. We try to do posts there on a daily basis. We cover airdrops and a lot of stuff that we don't really cover on YouTube because we don't have as much time. And of course, because patrons get more stuff and more content. And if you're interested in that, the link is down below in the description. Thank you all. Let's continue on with the video. And that is exactly where the 55 EMA is on the chart. And your 55 EMA is your essentially plan B support. Okay, you have your retest over here from September 2024. So you lost your 20 EMA, which is your support band during the bull market. So when you lose that, the 55 becomes your last resort. And that's where you should be buying in if you're bullish on the project. So if you got into Raydium at $1.30-40, right now you're doing pretty well. And that was, again, a bounce off of the 55 EMA that could come in the future again. We could have a bounce off of this 55 EMA. So be on the lookout. At the moment, that's sitting at around $3.14. Now, the wave 5 that we're in right now is supposed to be the final wave of this whole Elliott wave structure. It has been adhering to all of the rules of Elliott wave so far, and it's possible we're going to get past the all-time high with this wave 5. I don't know if we're going to be able to hit the 1.272 here at $61, $62, because that is, that's going to be a roughly, so 12, that would be a $12 billion market cap or so. It's not out of the question entirely, but I would be cautious about those extra bullish predictions. Again, Uniswap did a lot higher market caps during the previous bull market, so it's always possible if Solana is going to be the dominant layer 1 in terms of volume, in terms of revenue, then it's always possible that these $10 to $20 billion market caps can be achieved. And that's not out of the question, but if you want to be conservative, you want to make sure you get away with your profits in this cycle, then you have to be taking profits. Of course, this is not financial advice. And then if you're looking for a safe support bounce, then the 20 EMA is always there to look out for you. So you've got $4.30. This was our bounce in January on the 13th. And then right now, the 20 EMA is sitting at $4.74. So you can set up some buy limit orders in that range if you want to catch some of those wicks to the downside. We have a lot of volume. If you take a look at the volume indicator, the volume is doing very well, thus confirming our breakout past this green resistance block. We broke out of it. We have a bullish cross over here. We have a bullish cross with the 10 and 20 EMA, and we have the volume confirming the breakout. We're looking at a wave 5 in terms of the Elliott wave structure. You can also take massive profits off at the previous all-time high because I assume there's going to be some selling pressure there. Make sure to do that. And yeah, overall, things are looking good for the Solana ecosystem. Let's jump into the RSI, see what's going on here briefly. Okay, so we are just below the index of 70, so we're not in the overbought at the moment, but I can notice a bearish divergence here. So let me demonstrate that to you. If we take this over here, we place it like that, so you can see the high here is lower. So we're printing a lower high on the relative strength index. And if we take a look at the price action chart, we are actually printing a higher high. So this is a bearish divergence. When something like this happens, this shows that the strength of the trend is dying down while the price action keeps going up. So this usually isn't sustainable unless this gets invalidated. And the way you can invalidate this is if the price keeps pushing forward to the upside and it drags the RSI above this current top here. So that's what needs to happen here. We need to drag the RSI past this local top. That will invalidate the bearish divergence, and then we won't have any divergence because the RSI is going to be printing a higher high, so is the price action printing a higher high. That's what we want to see from Raydium moving forward, but for that we need a strong move to the upside. And I think once the next wave of hype starts in the crypto markets with more pro-crypto regulation coming from the US, maybe some announcements from Musk or maybe Trump, or maybe they mention Bitcoin or some other company mentions Bitcoin, it could just start another massive rally. So be on the lookout for those, and while you have the time, you can dollar cost average into your favorite altcoins that are down at the moment. The stochastic is very close to the oversold, but not quite there. And it seems like it's reversing. It's curving already, curling to the upside. And we're going to start another move here into the overbought, hopefully. And that should be a good indicator for you to time the selling or the exit point for you if you want to do it safely. You can take a look at the stochastic there. You can take a look at the RSI. So both were in their overbought. You can take a look at the price action chart, and it was quite overextended from the 20 EMA. So there was a gap between the price action and the 20 EMA. Usually when there's a huge gap, that means the price has gone up way too much. It needs to cool off and come back down. And then there was a gap on the MACD as well. And so far, this has been performing extremely well. And we got, ever since this bullish cross in October, Raydium has been performing extremely well. So that was your bottom indicator for Raydium. That was your uptrend confirmation, so to speak. And that was when the stochastic was way down here. That was when the RSI was down here, and that was when the price action was bouncing off the 55 EMA and the 0.5 on the fib. So you can combine all of these indicators the way I'm doing here, and you can apply it to different charts and use this kind of logic to see whether you're closer to the bottom, or maybe you should wait a little more to see what happens, and maybe the price can dip further down. But that should be it for this video, guys. I want to thank you all for watching. Let me know if you got into Raydium yourself. I held Raydium at some point, but I think I sold at $4.80, and I moved over into a different project that has more potential to the upside in terms of ROI. But yeah, that's for me, fully transparent here. And let me know what are your buying prices, and let me know what are your targets for Raydium by the end of this cycle. Thank you all for watching. Stay safe, and goodbye, everyone.